Hey there, it's me again, Gia Sala, fashion designer and now pageant vlogger, and we are back with Pageant Talks. And this time it's Irene Mukii, Miss Grand Kenya 2020-2021. And she's going to answer keywords and her final statement on this portion of the interview. Guys, you know how this goes, but since the girls take so much time in choosing a number, I'll be the one to pick. So in this glass, it's supposed to be a bowl, Irene. I'm so sorry. In this glass, there are 6 topics, and I'm gonna pick a topic and I'm gonna let her answer the keyword. So, okay, first keyword. Are you ready, Irene?
Ready.
Okay, first keyword is I don't know if you can see it. COVID-19 vaccination.
COVID-19 vaccination. Okay. From my opinion, I feel this is such. What it inspires in me is actually the awe of innovation. Can you believe that it's just been 1 year, a little over 1 year, and we already have a vaccine? That's what the power of the human mind can do when you set yourself to something. That's what inspires me, and that's what I think everyone should get from it. Not only the vaccination, or should I get it, should I not get it, but actually be inspired to set your mind on something and make sure you get it.
Wow. That is such a different perspective on things. That's so beautiful, Irene. Okay, next. Okay, next. You know what? I feel like you're going to slay everything. Okay, next is famine. Famine. Okay.
I am a very empathetic person in general. That's my nature. I'm very empathetic. I tend to really connect with emotions. So that's why when I look at that, I think of an emotion. When I look at famine, I think of generosity. It's not possible, it shouldn't be possible that someone is starving somewhere else and yet someone else has so much. We should think towards generosity and love and make sure that we are providing where we can, how we can, to the people that really need it.
Oh, amazing. You're such a, you know what, Irene, you're such a person fulfilled with wisdom, and you don't see the problem. You see opportunity and you encourage people to grab the opportunity to make a difference. Amazing. My heart is filled. That is the heart of God, Irene. You have the heart of God. Okay. Next.
Amen.
Next. Okay. Oh, racial discrimination.
Okay. Awesome. During my year of service to my continent, Africa, this is one of the things that mattered so much in terms of talking about it. Not enough people are talking about the racial discrimination because we tend to think it's a thing of the past, we need to move forward, but we forget we need to learn from our history. Meaning most times in order to learn what to do in future, you need to keep looking back at your history and take it out one by one, realize what should I learn from this exact lesson. I feel racial discrimination is still such an important topic to keep going back to so that we may know how to move in the future.
Right, amazing. Thank you for pointing that out, Irene. That is very positive of you and lovely of you to say that. Next, we're down to 2 or 3 more. I feel like we could do this interview the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, next one is a little bit sensitive. Slavery. So I don't know how we're gonna take this, but slavery.
That is a very sensitive topic. What I find about sensitive topics is there's always, most times you find we're probably tagging at the wrong thing, and that's why we're not finding ourselves in agreement towards something. For example, in the topic of slavery, you might find sometimes we are tagging onto trying to pinpoint, you did wrong, you did right, you did what, And when we're doing that, we're missing the point. We're missing the point of actually teaching around empathy. We're missing the point of teaching what, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Welcome to Africa, guys. I'm pretty sure that's what you think it's all about.
I know.
I'm so sorry, it just derailed my.
It's okay.
It derailed my train of thought. Okay.
Okay, it's okay. Go on.
So
Go
as I
ahead.
was saying, sometimes we're tagging onto the wrong thing so much that we are conflicting about this thing. But if we were to really look, there's there's solid ground that everyone on each side of a conversation is trying to get to, which for me, when it comes to slavery, is empathy. I feel like everyone is trying to get to empathy. Whether you're trying to pinpoint, it's because you feel attacked and you're trying to say, no, you need to be in my shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And then whether you're on the other end and you're trying to say it didn't exist, it's probably because you feel, I don't know what to do with this topic. I'm so sensitive around it. But really, everything is towards empathy. You want someone to empathize with your situation, whether you are the victim or you are, quote unquote, the one who inflicted it, not really you, but maybe your ancestors, something like that, the one who inflicted it. It's really from a point of empathy. You're trying to have people understand where you are coming from. And I feel like when we talk about empathy as a virtue in and of itself, we'll be answering the question of slavery.
Oh, I love that. That was so deep. Because going back to the topic slavery, it's not just about, pushing someone to do things for you. It's more like, not getting out, or there no freedom at all in a particular situation, particular habit. So there are different forms of slavery. It's not just forced labor. There's also like addiction to social media, addiction to, to being so full of yourself. That's also a form of slavery. And there's a worst kind of slavery, which is where we should all be freed from through Jesus Christ. That's the slavery of sin. Having no choice at all in getting out of a certain situation. You just go about your day not realizing that you are not saved. But that's for a different topic. Thank you so much, Irene. That is a beautiful the way of seeing it through the lens of empathy. Guys, we all need empathy right now. This generation is so hurt that we just need love, right, Irene?
It's true.
So anyway, next topic. Okay, we're down to 2 more. Okay. Very timely. World peace.
Awesome.
This is not Miss Congeniality. This is really a topic nowadays. So world peace. So what can you say about world peace?
World peace. I'm actually doing a course at USIP, that's United States. Is it International Peace? I forget. I'm so sorry. But I'm doing an online course on peace at USIP. And one of the things that it has really opened up my mind to is the idea that sometimes when we think peace, we're in very different aspects of our minds, and that's why we've never really come to a conclusion about what it is. Everyone is kind of talking about something different, and they've made me realize something when it comes to peace, world peace, and war and violence and all those things, is that we need to accept something, that there is always going to be conflict. Conflict is simply when I maybe don't agree with you. We need to accept that it's always going to be conflict. Once we do that, we can now make sure that our response to that conflict is a peaceful kind of response instead of a violent kind of response. So that's one of the things I'd leave you to think about. There's always going to be conflict. Accept that. Make sure that your response is peaceful.
Oh, so it's like agreeing to disagree, and then your reaction. So instead of being reactive, you be a proactive person, and you just try to understand where the person is coming from when he says that, or he or she says that. Okay. Last one. What could this be? You know what? I even forget the things that I prepared for you. Oh, okay. Gender-based violence.
That is such a a heavy topic here in Africa, especially because there've been a couple of different countries walking around the same topic, especially the countries in the south of Africa. So there's South Africa, there's Namibia. We've been having this kind of campaigns, and as Miss Africa, I'm very aware of them because I was Miss Africa, you know, so I'm very aware of them. The thing with gender-based violence is something that I really feel Zozi Bini Tunzi put it absolutely beautifully, because I was following her journey all the way through. And one of the main things she was advocating for is make sure that there is the he for she campaign, meaning that you as a male species is making sure that you're campaigning for the female species. Because if this conversation is only one way, it's not going to produce anything. But once it's a two-way conversation, it's going to produce so much more. I think she put it beautifully, and I can't change that. Yeah.
Irene, oh my gosh, you nailed it. You slayed this portion. And it's so amazing that
I tried to. No, don't fight tough. Wow.
Yeah. No, you know, it's like you gave a different perspective on things, and it's so unexpected of you to look at the other side of the spectrum, which is, you know, operating on love, opportunity, positivity, optimism, instead of really, you know, just going in a place of coming from a place of pain and suffering. You saw something beyond that, and it's good that you are looking at things that way, which is really, really good. So we are now on the last portion of our interview, which is the final statement. So final statements, of course, at Miss Grand International, you're going to give a speech. There's really no question and answer during the competition night, but we'll never know, it might change this time. So question number 1, what is your message of peace to the world?
Ooh, that's a good one. My message of peace to the world is the same thing I have mentioned before. In order to make sure that there is peace in the world, we need to get out of our own obsessed bubble where we're only thinking about ourselves and not the good of the community in general. Because once we can do that is when we can actually decide when there's conflict to go the right way, instead of just being in your feelings and feeling that I'm being attacked or this is happening or I need to retaliate. You'll actually think I have a duty to the community to maintain peace. So my main message actually would be that we need to see peace as something to have a long term, not something that we talk about when there's war or when there's violence, but it needs to be a way of living. We need to make sure that in every decision we're making, we're thinking of peace at the end.
I love that. In Christianity, that's called self-denial, and not having an offensive heart, and operating in love, you know? Okay, next. Very good. Thank you, Irene. Number 2, what is your message to those who are suffering in this crisis due to the global pandemic?
I'm gonna give you some tough love here. I said I am a nurturer, and that's true. I really care about your emotions and how things are going to be. That's why I'm excusing myself before saying this. But get up. That's my message. Make sure you get up. Because life is always going to be throwing things at you, and you need to learn how to stay strong regardless and push. Persevere, because you find that once there is this usually kind of things being thrown at you, it's probably because you are at just the edge of a breaking point, of a breakthrough. So make sure you get up and get to that breakthrough.
Now, this is the very, very, very hard question. You know, the last question is, why should you be the next Miss Grand International?
You know, if I was to say, it's because of my unique experiences that have brought me to this place. That's so true of so many other people as well. Everyone has a journey that has gotten them to here, want to become Miss Grand International. So I don't think that's the reason I should be Miss Grand International. I think I should be Miss Grand International though, because I will have such a great sense of responsibility that I put on my shoulders. Responsibility that every girl here deserves to become Miss Grand International. That's true, because everything they have done has led them up to this moment. So thinking that I need to make sure that if I am the next Miss Grand International, they don't feel wasted, like I wish they gave me that title because I would have done such a better job. And I think that sense of responsibility that I put up on my shoulders is actually what would make me the best Miss Grand International. I'd make sure to use that platform and exhaust everything it has to offer.
Nice. Okay, you sound like a winner already. And I'll make sure that this interview will get to know what, so that she'll get to know you. I'm sure they have I'm sure their staff are internet sleuths, and they're gonna be like checking you out, checking your profiles and stuff like that. So
yeah,
Irene, oh my gosh, you have the shortest interview to date. Did you know? Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's actually something I've been working on. I've actually been working on trying to make a point, but be brief about it. Make sure I've hit the nail on the head, but still brief. So that's actually some really good feedback you're giving me there. Thank you.
That's okay, because you remind me of a previous contestant who I interviewed, and she was also like that. It was a very, very short interview. I think the reason why our recording got so long is that we were chatting like after the interview. So anyway, Irene, before I will let you wear your crown and sash, do you have any messages for all the Filipino fans that will be watching this interview?
Ooh. I'm very excited to finally be introduced to the Filipino fan base, first of all. So hi, my name is Irene Ng'endo, and I will be one of your greatest winners. I will wear an international crown, and you will love my ear brain. So just watch out for that.
Thank you, Irene. I wouldn't be surprised if you'll be doing so well at Miss Grand Kenya, and I'm sure the Filipinos will love you, all throughout your journey. So Irene, here we are. Can you wear your crown and sash? Do you have it with you? Yay! Oh my God!
Ooh, it looks so good in the afro, though.
I know. There's Miss Grand Kenya, Irene Ng'endo. Okay. Be careful. Okay. Oops. Okay. There you go. Miss Grand Kenya. Yay! Nice. We are so excited for your journey, Irene. We will not be surprised if you're going to do well. Yes, we'll never be surprised if you're going to do well at the Miss Grand pageant. So international pageant. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Pageant Talks, the shortest interview that I've done in the history of Pageant Talks that I've recorded. So make sure to follow, like, and subscribe all of our social media accounts, and to Irene as well on her Instagram account, and get to know her advocacy on African stereotypes. And make sure to follow, like, and subscribe her social media accounts too. So thank you, Irene, and we'll see you at the Miss Grand International Pageant in Bangkok, Thailand this coming March.
Looking forward to
guys.
it. Bye.